Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Shehu Said. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Former National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has called on citizens of Kano State to ensure they obtain their permanent voter cards, PVC, ahead of the 2027 general elections. He made the call while addressing party stakeholders and executives from the 44 local government areas of the state during a strategic meeting held in Kano. The former chairman said the meeting served as an opportunity to reaffirm the party's support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, adding that preparations must begin early for a successful outing in the next polls.
The purpose of this meeting for the last 3 days which we have been having, as we are moving towards 2027, there is need for us to ensure that there is complete unity in our party. Unity from top to bottom. We have to ensure that there is solidarity for our party and solidarity to the federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Also, the purpose of the meeting is to ensure a new commitment as according to the renewed home agenda. So members of our party, the delegates, they have shown their commitment to ensure that 2027 we win all the elections from top to bottom. In order to be active in the party, we have directed all our offices at the local government level, 44 local governments, all our offices at the ward level, 484 wards. Such offices should be physically accessible. The purpose of this meeting for the last
Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje further urged party executives to remain visible, accessible and committed to grassroots mobilization to strengthen the party's presence across the state. 50 of the abducted school pupils of St. Mary Private Primary and Secondary Schools in Niger State have reportedly escaped from their captors and have reunited with their parents. The Niger State Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria and Bishop of the Kontagora Diocese, Bulus Yohana, made this known in a statement issued by his media aide, Daniel Atori. He stated that they discovered the development after visiting the parents of the children. The chairman explained that the school currently has 236 pupils in captivity, including 3 children belonging to staff members and 14 secondary school students, making a total of 253 children and 12 staff members still held by the abductors. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to eliminating terrorists and bandits across northern Nigeria, insisting that no region will be left to bleed under his watch, despite inheriting a deeply layered and sophisticated security crisis. President Tinubu, who was represented by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, at the Area Consultative Forum's 25th anniversary in Kaduna, warned that the North faces one of the gravest moments in its history, stressing that Nigeria cannot prosper while a vital region remains paralyzed, and urging leaders to uphold moral responsibility, rebuild trust, and strengthen institutions. The president praised the ACF's role in safeguarding regional unity, highlighted new economic opportunities, including impending crude oil production from Kolmani, and listed key federal interventions such as the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Superhighway, scheduled for commissioning soon. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has urged world leaders at the G20 summit in Johannesburg, South Africa, to reform global financial and trade systems so that Africa and other developing regions benefit fairly from their critical minerals instead of remaining impoverished while powering global industries. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, President Tinubu insisted on value addition at the source, transparency in mineral extraction, protection of host communities, and global ethical standards for artificial intelligence that prioritize safety, equity, and human dignity. He said the G20 must champion fairer trade, inclusive investments, debt reforms, and technology transfers to ensure the green and digital translations uplift rather than exclude developing nations. Nigeria's security crisis has deepened as a fresh wave of mass school abductions forces authorities to shut dozens of boarding schools. The situation has made families evacuate their children from the federal government girls' college Buhari on the outskirts of Abuja as security concerns in the area grew. Mukhtar Qasim reports.
The closures follow the kidnapping of over 315 students and 12 teachers from St. Mary's Catholic schools in Niger State and 25 girls from a school in Kebbi, attacks that have intensified nationwide fear over students' safety. At the federal government girls' college, Buhari, Abuja, anxious parents stormed the school compound to take their children following the closures. They also expressed frustrations over what they describe as government inaction and insufficient protection for students.
Only for me to get the call and say, Mommy, they said we should start coming home. I was like, maybe she didn't get it. I have to call somebody in the school, which now told me that yes, the information was put on the platform last night that they should come and pick their children. Because
we are not happy with the situation that is going on in the country. We are praying that government should come to our aid, at least to see how they are going to minimize this kidnapping of a teen. It's getting too much.
With the situation we are right now, in short, Nigeria don't have a good name, but we pray that God should help us so that we can regain back our good name.
Earlier, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, had held high-level security consultations abroad as the government struggles to curb the escalating attacks on schools. Security forces say search operations are ongoing across the forest and border routes, but parents across the country remain desperate for swift action and the safe return of all abducted students. Mukhtar Qasim, reporting for Global Television News.
And an unfortunate development there. Benue State is charting a bold new course into the digital age. Since assuming office, Governor Hyacinth Alia has placed technology at the heart of governance. In this special report, we trace that journey and spotlight its latest milestone with our Benue State correspondent, Felicity Indire.
It began with the launch of the Benue Digital Infrastructure Company, designed to deliver affordable, high-speed internet across the state. It's a vision, bridging the digital divide and empowering a smarter economy. Since then, broadband rollouts, partnerships with tech firms, and the creation of Innovations Hub have laid the foundation for digital growth.
We are fostering a future-ready civil service that can adapt to the demands of the rapidly evolving world. And this training initiative is a commitment to strengthening our public sector, making governance more accessible and effective for the people of Benue State.
A lot is being dependent on it now in terms of early warning detection, in terms of surveillance, how to fuse in certain operations that probably might not be ordinarily something that will be in the public.
A major focus has been skills development. Thousands of young people have enrolled in coding, digital entrepreneurships, and innovation boot camps.
Not just bringing this training by giving us the training and giving us certificate, but that there are a lot of opportunities from international companies.
My goal with this program is to ensure that companies are sure that their data, their information in their company is safe.
102 pioneer students graduated from the BDIC Summer Tech Training and were inducted as the digital ambassadors, as government also launched the One Student, One Skill, One Computer initiative with personal tablets for each student.
Our government has made remarkable progress in digital infrastructure. We have, among other things, successfully deployed fiber optic connectivity across 18 ministries, departments, and agencies.
By equipping these kids with digital tools and skills at this age, we are building a foundation for a digital tomorrow. And then we are expecting to scale this to 3 local governments in the next session.
With these steps, Benue is positioning itself as a hub for digital innovation, shaping a new generation of tech survey entrepreneurs and unlocking opportunities for growth. Felix Itendere, reporting for Global TV News, Makudi.
On a lighter note, Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, is often known for its politics, its power players, and its polished daytime calm. But when the sun goes down, a very different side of the city emerges, one full of color, sound, energy, and a thriving culture of food, music, and late-night adventures. Our correspondent Sadia Yakubu takes us into the heart of the Federal Capital Territory to explore the unique sights and sounds of Abuja after dark.
From the shimmering lights of Central Business District to the bustling corners of Wuse, Gwarimpa, and Maitama, Abuja transforms into a vibrant playground once daylight fades. Aminu Kano Crescent, arguably the heartbeat of Abuja's nightlife, from high-end lounges to roadside grids, this district comes alive with young professionals, creatives, tourists, and night crawlers, all looking for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. People come here from 7 p.m. all the way to 2 or 3 in the morning. Some just want food, some want a conversation. Nighttime is their peak period. For party lovers, the city offers everything from rooftop lounges with breathtaking views to underground clubs where emerging DJs and artists test new sounds. Abuja nightlife is chilled but fun. You meet people from everywhere, diplomats, students, entrepreneurs. The vibe is different every night. While nightlife continues to boom, many residents say reliable late-night transportation and better lighting in some areas could make the experience even fast, safer, and more accessible. Whether it's food, music, culture, or community, one thing is clear: Abuja nightlife is growing, evolving, and reshaping the identity of Nigeria's capital. Abuja nightlife continues to be a reflection of the city's diversity, ambition, and youthful spirit. From quiet evenings to high-energy parties, the capital truly never sleeps. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
Nightlife in Abuja there. You are watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When News Cycle returns, Guinea-Bissau holds close vote as Embalo seeks rare second term. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and we begin with business. The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction has gone live on the One Government Cloud Enterprise Content Management System. marking a significant milestone under the Nigeria First policy. The ministry activated the platform at its headquarters in the Federal Secretariat Abuja as part of efforts to transition public institutions to paperless operations. Speaking at the launch, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Bernard Doro, said the innovation aligns squarely with the renewed hope agenda, particularly the administration's vision to digitalize government processes, reduce inefficiencies, and make public institutions more responsive to citizens' needs. And with the federal government set to introduce a new tax framework in 2026, the debate on Nigeria's economic direction has intensified as citizens express sharp, conflicting views about what the reforms will mean for their daily lives. Kabir Hassan took to the streets of Abuja to sample public opinion.
The proposed 2026 tax policy aims to make tax payment compulsory for every eligible Nigerian, as government pushes for wider compliance to boost national revenue. But on the streets of Abuja, the nation's capital, concerns are mounting. Many residents are uncertain whether the new measures will ease the pressure on the economy or compound hardship already facing millions.
Tax reform bill, it can never be impactful to Nigerians.
And the issue of tax is a very good thing. But in Nigeria today, let us be frank to ourselves, it's not good to be of any benefit to the masses.
I don't think it can be of any immense importance to the Nigerian citizens.
About the tax, I really did not say anything bad yet.
To some Nigerians, the policy is a necessary step to strengthen government finances, improve infrastructure, and enhance service delivery. They argue that an organized and inclusive tax system could drive national development if properly managed.
Going to do at the end of the day, is there any way to monitor that tax, to see that that tax goes into the right places? That's what we should be talking about.
We pay tax, we are not seeing the effect of tax we are paying. At least we are supposed to see it on social amenities, on health, on education.
It's leadership, it's corruption. Nigeria is blessed with a lot of resources. So it's corruption, it's leadership malfunction.
However, others strongly disagree, warning that citizens are already overwhelmed by rising costs, high inflation, and stagnant wages. To them, introducing additional tax obligation without visible improvement in governance may further strain household budgets.
So what are we channeling these tax reforms to? It's not about doing tax, it's where is it going to? Is there a credible way to see that, okay, this is where the tax is going to, or you just collect tax and then they steal?
People are suffering, people cannot afford basic amenities, and we are introducing tax. I don't think it will go a long way in solving the problem of the ordinary Nigerian citizens.
Policy our president is bringing is, I know it's going to be helpful. If other past presidents might have done all this before, we will not be facing the challenge now. So
as government efforts towards a more compliant tax system continue, public sentiment remains deeply divided. Nigerians say what they expect most is fairness, transparency, and a tax structure that aligns with the true state of economy. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News.
The United Arab Emirates has announced a plan to invest $1 billion in artificial intelligence infrastructure and services across Africa, a move designed to accelerate digital transformation and strengthen its geopolitical footprint on the continent. The initiative, revealed by Saeed bin Mubarak Al-Hajeri, UAE Minister of State at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs during the G20 summit in Johannesburg, positions the Gulf nation as a key driver of Africa's AI-powered development. The investment package, according to Al-Hajeri, will focus on expanding digital infrastructure, modernizing government services, and boosting productivity across critical sectors. And we move to the foreign scene, where Guinea-Bissau heads to the polls in a pivotal election and that many hope will bring stability to a nation long plagued by political crisis. Voters are choosing a new president and parliament with security, poverty, and governance at the center of national concern. Mukhtar Qasim reports.
Polling stations opened early as more than 860,000 registered voters made their way to cast ballots in a country that has experienced 4 coups and several attempts since independence in 1974. The election comes with the main opposition party, African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, popularly called PAIGC, notably missing from the ballots after being barred by a Supreme Court ruling, an absence critics say undermines the credibility of the process. The day's scenes show long queues, tight security provided by the national forces and the ECOWAS Stabilization Force, and a population hoping for change amidst worsening economic hardship. Nearly 40% of citizens live in extreme poverty, and Guinea-Bissau remains a key transit point for international drug trafficking issues many voters say they want the next government to confront. Incumbent President Umaru Sissoco Embalo is favored to win and could become the first leader to secure consecutive terms since multi-party politics began in the country. His main challenger, Fernando Diaz, runs with the backing of the PAIGC despite the party's expulsion. The election also marks the first time PAIGC will appear on any ballot for the presidency or parliament. As polls close and results are expected by Thursday, concerns linger that tensions may rise afterwards, as they have in previous elections. With border and airspace closed for the day, the country watches closely, hoping these polls will lead to a more stable future. Mukhtar Kasib, reporting for Global Television News.
China has pledged to work more closely with South Africa to deepen mutual political trust between the two countries. Premier Li Qiang made the comments after meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa in Johannesburg ahead of the G20 summit. Li said Beijing is willing to work with Pretoria to safeguard the multilateral trading system and promote the early implementation of zero-tariff treatment for South African goods. And the Gaza government media office says Israel has violated the United States brokered Gaza ceasefire at least 497 times in 44 days, killing hundreds of Palestinians since the ceasefire came into effect on 10th of October. The office said 342 civilians had been killed in the attacks, with children, women, and the elderly accounting for the majority of the victims. The office also said Israel was fully responsible for the humanitarian and security repercussions from its violations. And in sports, Galatasaray President Dursun Özbek has confirmed that Victor Osimhen will undergo a 2-week recovery period and is targeting the striker's return for the high-profile clash with Fenerbahce on December 1. The 26-year-old forward was forced off in the first half of Nigeria's tense 2026 World Cup playoff match against DR Congo, raising concerns for both club and country. Özbek offered clarity on the situation and reassured fans about the striker's recovery timeline. And Manchester United are set to open talks with the football federations of Cameroon, Morocco, and Ivory Coast in an effort to delay the departures of 3 key players ahead of this year's Africa Cup of Nations AFCON. The affected players are Brian Mbeumo, Nosser Mazrui, and Ahmad Diallo, all of whom are expected to feature for their national teams in the tournament. This year's AFCON is scheduled to begin on December 21 and end on January 18, a period that will see United miss the trio during an important stretch of fixtures. Despite the challenge, manager Ruben Amorim remains hopeful that agreements can be reached with the respective associations. And that's it on News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I'm Shehu Said, hoping to see you later on Prime News at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching.